How's it going, everyone? Johnny GB here, bringing you guys the Week 2 recap for the ICBA. Now, I do apologize for this being late. A lot of stuff going on. So, trying to keep up with all of these recaps. You should be having weekly recaps every Friday from now on. You will have the weekly pick'em up every Saturday. So, give you guys 2 uploads to go through, and then also check out the playlists each Monday or each Tuesday, so you guys can see all 16 coaches and their sides of the battles. 8 games, 16 coaches. Pick and choose your favorites to go through and watch. That will be the main source. That way you guys watch everybody's battle on one spot. You don't got to sit there, go through descriptions, find a different link for a different video. But this week we're going over Week 2 games. A lot of blowout games this week. I think only 2 of the games were actually within 3 differential. We had the power rankings will be going up this Sunday, the 14th, I believe. It is Mother's Day, so some stuff may be delayed for Mother's Day, but we're going to kick it off with our first game and our number 1 team in the league right now. We have Burger Kingler. Merc right now going through this season on easy mode through 2 weeks, as he is 2-0 with a plus 10 differential, picking up a 6-0 win versus the Houston Raichus. Now, Merc has 3 Mons inside the top 10 in kills right now, being Snorlax, Scolipede, and Manaphy. So he's making use of 3 of probably the heavy hitters on his team right now, and Scolipede just coming in either with spikes kills or just sweeping teams. Manaphy being able to sweep teams as well. And over on the Raichu side, they were just overwhelmed by the Snorlax. Not much they could do. Webs against Merc's team really did not prove to be beneficial, as Galvantula was not able to do much. Greninja also falling, as well as Latios. Now, the Raichus will now be rebranded into the New Zealand Zoroark starting Week 3, now coached by U-Turn Crobat, aka Brad. Tesla did unfortunately have to drop, but will be replaced starting Week 3. You will see that next week as they take on the Durham Druddigons. Now, we got our first of the, I believe it's the Ula Ula Island group or division. We have the Colorado Mamoswine advance into 2-0 against the Brisbane Heatrans. Lucario picking up 3 kills, and this you could have titled the Battle of Priority, as it came down to Lucario versus Azumarill, a Belly Drum Azumarill. I believe it was actually Z Belly Drum Azumarill, if knowledge serves me right. And it came down to Lucario being able to use extreme speed and out-prioritizing the Azumarill late in the game that earned the Colorado Mamoswine a 1-0 win. The closest game that we had this week, and probably should have been the game of the week, seeing how well this game was played. Mega Pidgeot picking up 2 kills for the Mamoswine, and Nihilego picking up another. And over on the Heatran side, they had 5 Mons with at least 1 kill, but did not have that 6th Mon get that final and decisive kill to earn a win, as next week they take on Deebs and the Calgary Flame Wheels, trying to pick up their first win of the season in a battle of winless teams, as the Mamoswine look to continue to be the only undefeated team in the Sun Conference. Now, we have another divisional game in the same division. We have the Green Bay Pikachus taking on the Calgary Flame Wheels, and like I said, the Calgary Flame Wheels dropped a game here, falling to 0-2. As Superior Magirna were not able to carry the rest of the team. Superior did pick up 2 kills though, but it was Florges, Weavile, Stunfisk that really put in the work for the Pikachus this week, earning them a 4-0 win. Very surprising to see Florges and Stunfisk both on there on the kill sheet, but Jacob has been known to have some Pokemon be on the top of leaderboards. At one point, Como was up on the leaderboard. Florges is up on the leaderboard as well now. So you have some Mons that are not commonly seen on top of kills, death leaderboards, sitting atop right there right now. And Jacob's now 1-1 as he takes on the 2-0 Mamoswine to see who can be the division leader after next week, as the Flame Wheels and Heatrans try to start climbing themselves out of the hole. 7 weeks or 8 weeks will remain, so they still have time, but not as much time as they may have liked. Now we're moving on to the second Sun Conference division. We have the Great Lake Greninjas taking on the Alabama Crimson Surf, and Jonah was able to pick up a 3-0 win over the Crimson Surf. Dragonite was not able to wake up in time to prevent a Volcarona sweep late in the game, and that is exactly what happened. Dragonite being forced out after being put to sleep. And from there, Volcarona came in, set up Quiver Dances, and finished off this game. Doug Trio being able to pick up a kill on a Chandelure that got arena trapped, and Tapu Fini being able to pick up a kill as well. Looking over at the Crimson Surf side, Tapu Koko not really able to put in the work, as Doug Trio was a major thorn in its side for this battle. Dragonite did have the potential to sweep, but due to one misplay by Spanik, not risking him waking up, he instead forced a double into his Chandelure, which got picked off by the Earthquake on Doug Trio. Now, we're moving over onto the Moon Conference. We have the Golden State War Turtles, Alpha Lycanroc taking on 6-Foot Hacks and the Durham Druddigons in a very close battle, as the War Turtles were able to pick up a 2-0 win. This came down to a pretty weird Nidoqueen set on Leo's part, as it really was not able to do much in this battle. Darkrai, though, being able to pick up 2 kills, Mew picking up a kill as well. And over on the War Turtle side, Gardevoir picking up 2 kills, as well as Heatran and Landorus picking up a kill each. The Druddigons fall to 1-1 as they take on the new Zoroarks next week. You will see that game probably as one of the games of the week. And for the War Turtles, they will be playing the game of the week as they take on Burger Kingler, a battle of 2-0 teams, seeing which team will take the lead inside of the division. Merc really right now rolling at the 2-0 plus 10, but the War Turtles are right behind them at 2-0. I believe they're plus 5 or 6, so a little bit of differential in the little bit of difference in the differential. And staying in the Moon Conference, we have this week's game of the week. The main Red Clawhitzers taking on the Melbourne Metagross, and the Red Clawhitzers picking up a 2-0 win. I don't believe that's actually right. Let me check my doc. It might not be right. I might be looking at this wrong. Actually, nope, the main Red Clawhitzers do pick up a 2-0 win, and they should actually be 2-0 this week, as Infernape was able to pick up 3 kills. So I have it wrong on the record-wise, but the Red Clawhitzers are 2-0 now this week, as they did beat Supagasi and the New York Shelmets last week. Infernape and Reuniclus 3 kills and 2 kills respectively. Reuniclus actually picking off a Pokemon with the all-out pummeling, the Fightium Z Focus Blast, which was very interesting to see on a Reuniclus. And then over on the Metagross side, Hawlucha was able to come through with the Unburden this week, or actually not the Unburden, the Gigavolt Havoc, the Z Thunder Punch, and was able to pick off the Celesteela, I believe, yep, be able to pick off the Celesteela, but not much it could do after that. As we're moving back over to the Sun Conference here, we have the New York Shelmets picking up their first win of the season as they defeat the Marlboro Mudsdales 3-0. The Calm Mind Suicune was just able to pick up a sweep this week. The Sand team that the Mudsdales had was just not able to break through this Suicune. And this is starting to be an interesting game, as Hoopa Unbound actually was not able to pick up a kill this week. Went 0-1 this week. It was a major threat to Gassie's team, but Suicune really just proved useful as it held the Mudsdales to only 2 kills this week. Gigalith picking up a direct and passive kill, as Fortress picked up a kill, but also a death with the explosion. So very, very good win for Gassie this week and the New York Shelmets, as they will take on the Great Lake Greninjas, who are 2-0, as the Mudsdales will take on the Crimson Surf 0-2. battle of that division going on right now. And then on to the Ducklets and Rotoms game. The Ducklets pick up a 4-0 win over the Rotoms. It really came down to a Tornadus Therian that did not pack a stab move to hit Chestnut. Chestnut was able to wall out the last two Pokemon on the Rotoms team, being Skuntank and Tornadus. The Bloom Doom Shaman came this week to try to pick off the Blastoise, but ended up hitting Bloom Doom on the Entei. Other notable things that were brought: Z Sandstorm Garchomp was brought, but was used instead for Continental Crush, along with Clefable picking up 2 kills against, I believe it was the Terrakion and I believe it was Rotom Heat. So Clefable picking up 2 kills and a death, as Clefable and Chestnut start to move up the leaderboard. As for the two teams, the Ducklets will take on the Melbourne Metagross, looking to bounce back after their loss against Tone and the Clawitzers, and the Rotoms look to bounce back against the Clawitzers next week. Very anticipated matchups, as this division is close. Now, you guys will take a look at the standings right here. These are the updated standings through week 2. Burger Kingler leading at 2-0, 10 differential. The Clutzers and Golden State War Turtles not far behind them. And then you have a cluster right there, all 1-1 at 0 differential. And over in the Sun Conference, you have a very tight conference, as pretty much from the Great Lake Greninjas down to the Crimson Surf, really, all are still within within one game. I mean, even the Calgary Flame Wheels, they are within one game, depending on outcomes. Should the Calgary Flame Wheels 6-0 and the Greninjas lose 6-0, differential-wise, they're about even. So, lots of anticipated games next week. It'd be very exciting to see what teams will stay undefeated. We have 5 undefeated teams left. We will only have 2, I believe, next week. Actually, no. We will have at least 4 undefeated teams next week. Looking at it wrong, because Burger Kingler does take on the Golden State War Turtles. So we could have at least 4 undefeated teams at the start of next week. But that will do it for today's recap, guys. If you guys enjoyed this recap, go ahead and leave a like on the video. Comment the support for your guys' favorite team. Go over, subscribe to the coaches. Their bios are linked down in the description below. Have all their channels up there. Go subscribe to them. Check out their content. And then also check back this Friday for the Week 3 recap, as well as Saturday for the Week 4 pick'em. We will be joined by hopefully 3 analysts this week to go through the teams. But with all that being said, guys, I am Johnny GB, and I'm out.